Well, hello there, my fellow gamers. How's it going today? Welcome to another episode of the Triumvirate podcast, and I've come to meet you with some grave news. So here at Triumvirate HQ, we've been doing some reports, some evaluations from every member here, including myself, and yeah, I hate to say it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just put it out there that yeah, Mark's fired. Yeah, Mark is
Yep, he's gone.
he's gone. So I mean, we were just racking up the numbers, and he is sadly not a member of the Triumvirate anymore. So I mean,
Yeah, he didn't meet his quarterly. He his work was just completely inefficient.
mhm.
So plus he tried to kill us both. So
Yeah, there was that one time in Rio, but that's besides the point. That's not really on the clock, but I mean that did still happen. So
yeah, it's still something that's alarming, whether it's on the clock or not.
it is. So just letting that out there. I know you guys were pretty curious on to what's happened as of late, but yeah, he's no longer with us. He's still alive, but
Yep.
he's just not a part of the team. So
Right.
yeah, so pretty much from here on out, it's gonna be me and my good friend Funk here. We're gonna be doing the podcast from now on. So we hope you enjoy it, and like, comment, and subscribe.
That's right. That's the complete 100% truth.
It is.
And maybe now we should tell them what's actually going on so we don't scare anybody.
Yeah.
Mark just couldn't make it today. He's fine. He's his numbers are actually really good. He's he just couldn't make it today. So we are doing a little bit of a podcast episode without him for now, but he will be back again.
Yeah. So yeah, just pretty much we decided to just have a little podcast episode with just me and which is me and Funk. So that's pretty much how it's going. So just look forward to just however any future podcast episode goes. Yeah, we just intend for it to be just sort of like loosey goosey when it comes to this sort of thing. But yeah, how are you doing today, Funk?
I'm doing all right. How about you, Matt?
I am doing a-okay, my guy. So
I'm glad to hear it.
So a little birdie told me that you had something planned for this episode today.
Yeah, I was thinking we could do have a question to kind of ponder to start us off with the topic, which would be since we kind of revolve around gaming as a topic. If you could only play 5 games for the rest of your life, which ones would you choose to play?
Now, so so that one's a toughie. I'm just gonna come up with them like off the top of my head. So I would say that especially like number one, I'm gonna go with Sonic Adventure 2. I don't think I could like go my whole life without playing that game ever again.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, I'm gonna have to say Rocket League for sure.
Oh yeah.
Let me see here. What else would it be?
Well, we could talk about those 2 games for a second because Rocket League would go on my list as well.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. And then I would have to think about it, but maybe Sonic Adventure 2 because that was a game that I grew up with, and I know you did as well.
Yeah.
Countless hours into that game.
It was funny because like It was, I think it was like yesterday. Um, just like you had something come up on Twitter, and it only contained the phrase. It was just something completely unrelated. It was just the three words, "Let's do this," and and like immediately, like, yeah, you went on to like our Discord and was just like, all right, Matt, I'm gonna quiz you. What's the first thing that pops in your head when I repeat this? And of course, fucking, it was just like, let's do this. Let me show you my real power. Which is
Yep.
which,
Because like I said, when I saw that tweet, the second I saw those three words, because it was in a sentence, and the sentence would go on, and then I got to those three words, it just automatically went to the Sonic voice. I was
yeah,
like, I wonder, because I was thinking, like, Matt and I seem to be on the same wavelength for a lot of things, especially when it comes to Sonic.
yeah,
So I
it's
wanted to
fucking
see if
scary,
that was
dude.
the line of thought.
Yeah. Yeah, there have been so many times, just like regardless, where just like you and I are just on the same wavelength when it comes to like certain things, but especially like when it comes to Sonic, um, like it's like Sonic Adventure 2 related. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just the lines in that game are just so quotable.
they are. It's kind of like the way that people do the prequel movies now, with
Yeah.
like they'll say a quote and everybody knows exactly what the next quote is and what movie they're talking about.
Yeah. Perfect examples like, hello there,
Right.
General
General Kenobi.
Kenobi. You are a bold one.
Well, the thing about Song of Adventure 2 is like I'll learn more about that game with like secrets and things, because you had talked about like the special suit you can get in the game,
Yep. Yep.
and I kind of vaguely knew about that, but I didn't know that they had, for between Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, you could get different suits. And even they had like downloadable content as well. And I was kind of like, well, it's kind of funny that they had downloadable content all the way back in, like, what was it, 2001 or so?
Yeah, it was around that time, yeah. I think I'm trying to remember the name of the game because I think the DLC in it was from, yeah, Fantasy Star Online. I think that was the
Yeah.
case. Yeah. But there was just some sort of convoluted way to even like download those games. I don't know if the GameCube had like an Ethernet port where you had to plug it directly into like your modem or something like that. But I
Well,
think
see, I don't
what's it?
think the GameCube had the downloadable stuff, but the Dreamcast did. It was like the first console to do it, I think, with the VMU.
Oh, the Dreamcast was. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I might be remembering that wrong then.
Yeah, the Dreamcast was a bit ahead of its time, and then it died quickly. So
It was crazy though because I mean, like with the whole like detachable little screen like in the controller itself, that was cool, man.
yeah, for sure. Because you could play games on it, and it was a memory card at the same time.
Yeah. And like especially like in Sonic Adventure 2, I think like yeah, you could like actually put your chow into the screen itself and you could like just take it with you. It's sort of like what's was
Like a Neopet.
yeah, like a Neopet and stuff. It was so cool. I
Yeah,
Man, I wish I had a Dreamcast.
yeah, they're pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, because I'm pretty sure that was the first console that had online services. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah,
And
man.
so, like you said, with the Fantasy Star, that was an online game, and they had all these innovations and stuff that just unfortunately didn't work out for them with their business.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was the last console that Sega ever made. It's crazy.
Yep, it sure is.
But, yeah,
And
for sure. Like with the oh yeah, with the alternate skins for like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I think what you had to do, you had to get all of the emblems. I think you had to like it was either that or A rank everything. I think
Hmm.
that was it. But like, of course, I never, I never went to those lengths in doing it.
Yeah, me neither. And I also know that you could unlock Green Hill Zone
Yeah,
play in the
man.
game, which I also never did. I wanted to badly, but I was not skilled enough to get all those A ranks.
Man, some of that shit was like hard. It was hard as hell.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because I think how the ranking system went is that like it was really just like time based. I mean, like there was a score at the end of it, but I think time had like the majority to determine whether or not you got an A, whatever A rank or whatever rank.
Yeah. I'm sure points went into it too. And like one of the things that always got me is that at the very end of the stage, it would tell you how many rings you got out of how many rings were possible. Some of these stages have like 400 rings or so. And I was like, how in the world does somebody collect that many rings?
Yeah, I swear to God, man, it's so crazy. It's just like I missed one ring. Are you serious? Now I got an E. Now it stands for A. That's not really good.
That's right. Stands for excrement because that's what the job you did was.
It wasn't even an F. It was an E.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's worse than a failing
Yeah.
grade.
And then yeah, so you said your second game was Rocket League.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, man. It overall, Rocket League is a really fun game, but god damn, are there's sometimes some games that like we would play. It's just abysmal. Just
Hmm.
just like the randos that we play with, and it's because mainly we do like 3v3, and I some of them they're just like cocky as all hell, just like scoreboard. Like whatever team's winning, you always have that rando that's just like, oh, scoreboard, and
Right. Always doing some trash talking and casual.
exactly, man. And then like just over the years, like you have like these guys that will crucify you for like playing as a goalie in Rocket League. Like it is a valid way to play the game, but it's just whatever. You just you can't play as goalie in that game apparently.
Yeah. I found that when you turn off the in-game chat, then it really helps the blood pressure remain low.
Yeah, it's actually a calming and a more quiet game to play without
Right.
wow, close one. What a
Yeah, I
save.
think that your average Rocket League player, you could probably, if you made a esports league that was just based on toxicity, they'd probably be champions.
I swear to God, man. It is insane. Um let me see. Game number 3, I would have to add listen, listen. I know that we haven't had the best experience in it, but there's just something about Rainbow Six Siege that just brings me back to it.
Yeah, it is a pretty addicting game, I think.
It is. It is. So I mean, like, you know,
Because I think the payoff, it's kind of like Rocket League, it's got a payoff. Because when you go through the struggle and you finally hit a goal, and it just feels really good. I think it's kind of the same with Rainbow Six, is when you're able to, and that's something I really like in games, is when you can have defined roles.
mhm.
Um, and you all, like, everybody has their thing they do, that they work together, and they're kind of an expert at their role. I think that's something that's really cool. So when it all comes together and you're able to win a match, it's got this really big sense of reward. I think that's kind of what keeps us stuck to the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, nearly, like, every night I play a Rainbow Six, I'm just like, "I hate this game. This game's the worst. This is absolutely terrible. Why do we keep playing this game?" But I don't know, man.
Yep.
Just like you said, it's just like whenever you got a whole squad that, like, knows what they're doing and they do it exceptionally well. They have whatever gadget they have to place down, they place it down in the right spot, and it really just screws up the other team. I mean, there's a lot of fun in just that aspect, and just being able to, like, have the one up on the other team like that. It's a fun experience.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And just like the high stakes of it too, where you only have one life per round, also kind of, it puts you more into the game, I think,
Yeah,
because you only get one shot.
exactly. I remember whenever, like, first hearing about the game, where it kind of had that quote unquote, like, permadeath thing. I was just like,
Hmm.
"Oh wow, what is this, like, CS:GO? What is this, Counter Strike? I can't believe it." But I mean, to be fair, I have not really played that much of Counter Strike anyway. But just the whole, like,
Yeah.
permadeath thing, where it's just like, well, I mean, like, yeah, there's some similarities to it. Like, you have to, like, defuse a bomb, and
Right.
you have to like, if you kill every member of the other team, then you win, that sort of thing. But you know, I really think just with, like, the classes in Rainbow Six, I think that's uh it definitely, like, adds to the game for sure. I think that just makes it its own thing with all the different ways to play it and all that stuff. Because I mean, like, with Counter Strike, you won the game because you have, like, a different weapon than the other guy, or, like, you were just quicker on the trigger. But that's about it.
Yeah. And I think the Counter Strike doesn't have destructual environments either, does it?
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. I didn't think about that. Yeah. So that's another thing.
Yeah. So that's also a cool aspect of it, is the changing map.
Yeah, because pretty much, like, yeah, with, like, barricading windows, doors, and even walls and stuff, that definitely adds to either, like, defending or just using that advantage. If, like, this one barricade isn't put up, you could just fucking just break the wall, and ta-da, you're in the room. So
Right. Yeah, because I mean, it changes the way you have to approach it every time.
hmm so but yeah, that's definitely I'll go ahead and say that that's number three. uh Shit, I got two more left.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it's hard. Um, there was another one that I thought about. Um, I cannot think of it for the life of me at the moment. I mean, well, I guess, um, I guess the best way to go about this is, because I also want to put, like, I would say, like, Battlefield, like Battlefield, like, 3 or 4 or something, or Battlefield 1. Because
Hmm.
I mean, it's just basically just, like, the games that, like, I play a lot. It's just, especially,
Right.
like, over the recent years and stuff. It's just like, I couldn't imagine, just, like, at least if I were to play those games, like, for the rest of, and those were the only games I played for the rest of my life. Um, it'd be really hard to just not play those games, like
Right.
ever. Yeah,
Yeah, because it's like you already play them so much that it's like a game you can always come back to as well. I mean, because one day you might get bored of it, and then you're like, you know what, I'd like to play that again, and then
yeah,
you're sucked back into it.
exactly, exactly. I'm just looking at my library now. uh,
Well, while you think about the next one, I guess I could do a couple of mine.
yeah, yeah, you go ahead.
So, my number one, which you could probably imagine, would be Oblivion.
Yep, yep. That is your game of choice, my guy.
Yeah. So that'd probably be number one because like that game just influenced a lot of what I like about games. And I've replayed it a lot, so I think it has a lot of replayability.
Yeah.
Um, and like the world just feels alive to me. So I think that'd be a good choice for me just to say this is one I'd want to keep playing.
Oh yeah.
And I know you played it on stream quite a bit.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I definitely would like to get back into it because I mean, like, me playing it like on stream and stuff. Yeah. It's definitely been a great first experience. Like for the whole thing. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. And yeah, then for another one I'd choose would be Rocket League. We kind of talked about that one already.
Yeah.
And then three would be Civilization 5.
I was like just thinking about that like a couple minutes ago. Honestly, I'd have to add that as number 4 in mine.
Yeah. I think that's probably the single game I've played the most, just overall, as far as like time spent in a game.
Mhm.
Um, because I mean that's just kind of the way the game goes. It's like, you play one turn and then you gotta play another one, and you gotta play another one. And then it's 3 in the morning and you're like, well, that was stupid.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you try to find a stopping point in Civ, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, you always have that feeling. It's just like, oh wait, well, I mean, like, I could do this, and then I could go over here and take care of this, and like you said, it's like 3 in the morning. You're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just around the corner. There's always like your city's about to grow, or you're about to finish this building, or you're about to finish this technology. So there's always that thing that's like, okay, we'll finish this and then go to bed, and then there's another thing to finish. So
Or you could be in the middle of a war, or just like taking over another city state or something. It's like, well,
yeah,
I can't stop now. I'm in the middle of this.
yeah. There's never a stopping point. It's not until the game ends.
Exactly. Once you get
And
that whatever, like a cultural victory or something like that.
right.
But
But when
even
I
then, like, you can't. I mean, you could still keep going after that too. So
yeah, and it even says one more turn if you choose to keep playing.
yeah,
Just one more turn.
just one more turn, man. Yeah,
And
it's
it
good stuff.
it's one of those games too that you think like Mario Party or Mario Kart ruins friendships. It's like, well, imagine a Mario Kart race that went on for 20 hours and then you lose.
Yeah, just like all those hours of play, and you just get wrecked, just completely.
Yep,
It all just tumbles down. Yeah, man.
exactly.
Um, I will say though, for my number 5 spot, um, I'm gonna be a little specific on this one. So I'm gonna say whenever it was in its prime, I'm gonna put Team Fortress 2 as my last one on the
Yeah.
list because
Yeah, I figured that was what you're going with when you said the prime part.
mm-hmm. Because I mean, I don't think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but good fucking lord, it's been through the ringer, especially like the recent years, and
Yeah.
it just breaks my heart, just the fact that like it's been completely bombarded with like bots that will have like clones of uh like snipers all on one team, and they can like immediately headshot you from like miles away.
Yeah. See, I
It's
don't get that. I
terrible.
don't get why somebody would go through the trouble of getting a bot or making a bot or whatever it takes, and then you sit here on the game and just let the game play itself. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Because Funk, it's lay trolling. You're trying to aggravate the other players. That's the fun of it.
Well, even if you're doing some trolling, then like, how does it not get boring at some point? I mean, how long has the game been out that they're still doing this?
I mean,
You know?
the game first came out in 2007, I believe. So, and just recently, I would say probably around maybe like 2020 or maybe like last year. That was whenever like they started just like putting them in like the casual servers and pretty much all the rest of the servers. It
So all the
it
cheating and
sucks.
stuff happened in 2020. I thought that was earlier than that.
No, as far as I know, well, because I remember playing TF2 in 2019, and it was pretty much like
Yeah.
regular, just like it. I don't remember that happening around that time or anything like that. So
Yeah.
so I believe, yeah, it's probably been like for the past like 1 or 2 years, that it's been like this, and then like the shit with like those type of bots that just immediately just kill everyone in sight with those sniper bots. Um,
Hmm.
I remember before those were like prominent in the servers. You also had bots that would join servers and completely just spam the shit out of the in-game text chat, and they would just constantly just like say the most racist stuff and just pretty much like in bold text, just like the N word and everything like that.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And they would
I don't
even.
get what possesses these people to do that stuff.
I honestly don't know, man. It sucks. And with like them spamming that shit, they would also like have bots that would be like in their username would be just like the N word. It's
Stupid.
fucking stupid. I hated it. I hated every second of it. It was fucking ridiculous. And the funny thing about that part is that it got so bad to the point where like whenever there were actual like people like still working on like TF2, like they actually made an update to where I think like only like they banned the free to play members from using like the text chat in the game, Because I mean
Hmm.
that's how the bots would work. Is that like they would create their accounts like from scratch, and they would make it just for the sole purpose of joining in a random casual game and just spamming the shit out of like the servers and whatnot. So
Stupid.
yeah, it's a sad sight to see, and
You think it'd have to have been like relatively easy to do because it makes it even sadder if you think about somebody like if they had to program it. It makes it sadder to think that this person's wasting their time programming. Like they have the capability of programming something and they do it to be, racist and awful person.
yeah,
You know?
it's terrible. Like, and I just don't understand out of all of the games out there, you know, especially like all the popular online games out there, why TF2? Is it just because like Valve has kind of like brushed it under the rug, the game itself, and this is
Yeah,
just like
it's got to
out of
be.
retaliation?
Well, it's got to be
I don't
the
know.
like the free to play, and then I guess Valve must have not really cracked down on it, left it vulnerable. So
I guess. Um, I don't know, but uh, I remember joining, or I remember getting the game. Yeah, it was around like 2010 that that I first got like TF2 and everything, and I remember playing the shit out of it back in the day, and like I had a lot of fun experiences like while I was in a high school and whatnot. Oh man, like I would do nothing but just like come home from school and just play the shit out of it, waste so many hours into it and everything. So pretty much like just going back on topic and everything. Yeah, I would say definitely whenever it was around that era, whenever like you had like a whole bunch of updates for it coming on and stuff, and there was a lot of thought put into the game for sure. And I mean, it still has like a really big community, but
yeah,
definitely like the community that it had back in the day as well. I mean, I would choose that that in that era, I would choose to be able to play that as my fifth spot in my
yeah,
selection.
that's a pretty good list, I think.
Thanks, my guy.
For I think I was on my fourth game. I guess I'd probably go with Minecraft, maybe,
Mm. Yeah.
because yeah, I mean it's just like I always whenever I want to relax or something, I just play it. Just let the creativity take over. I just it can be challenging sometimes if you make yourself get into a situation like you're underground with monsters.
Yeah.
Um, but for the most part, you can play it pretty casually, and you don't have to really be on high alert, or it's not a Rainbow Six situation where you're playing people who are elite. So
Hmm.
I think it's just a nice, relaxing game to hop on whenever you're feeling little bit creative.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like definitely you can be able to just play any which way you can. And yeah, if you want to be creative and just make a whole bunch of like structures and everything. I mean, like there was that one world that you and I started. um that was really that's really nice. Hopefully we can get back into that pretty soon. It was like in the inside of a cave. Yeah, we just built built the inside, and yeah, it's looking real nice. It's got a nice little staircase in it and everything.
Yeah,
It's good.
built this big fortress with the lava
Yeah.
elevators and stuff.
Ah, it's so good. Man.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get back into that when given the chance, because it's always cool to go back to a previous save and see what you built, and then start adding on to it. It's kind of like when it gets to a certain age that save file is, you go back to it and you kind of forgot about it, and it's cool to see like, oh, well, this is what I was doing back then. Um, it's like a little timestamp almost,
Yeah,
or if you
man.
opened a book that had like a painting you had drawn in it or something.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I was just thinking about that one world. It the three of us we made in Minecraft. Yeah, I think I still have that. I think I still have it somewhere on this computer, but I'd definitely like to go back to that one for sure. Because I mean, it's been, I think it's been like a couple years since we last like did anything with that one. But
Oh yeah, yeah. It's been a while. I think we had hopped back into it just to take a look at it, but we didn't really add anything onto it last time we played.
yeah. Yeah, we had that like that underground, those underground crops and stuff, and we
Oh yeah,
had,
and we did stream that. I forgot about that part.
yeah, yeah, we did, yeah. That was like, if I remember correctly, that was like a solid like 7 hour stream of nothing but just Minecraft.
Yep.
That was crazy stuff, man.
Yeah. Maybe we can do that again sometime.
Hell yeah, yeah, I would definitely be down. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
just like
Minecraft.
yeah, Minecraft definitely is yeah, it's really fun. It's a really fun game.
Yeah, and just seeing the stuff that people create in it. Um, it's kind of like when you see somebody build something with Legos and they'll use a piece that you never even thought of first to be something else.
Oh yeah.
Um, and they do that in Minecraft too. And it's like, how in the world did somebody think of that?
Yeah, like there are sometimes like I just scroll on just TikTok whenever. But there's actual dudes out there that are making like tutorials for like making like really cool looking bridges and like cool looking houses, and like they're using um like fence posts in places like I never would have expected to, like I never would have thought of using that. And
Right.
I don't know how people come up with this stuff.
Yeah. There's some creative people out there.
Honestly.
Yeah. And then for my fifth game, it's a little bit similar in a certain aspect of it, but my fifth game would probably be No Man's Sky that I'd choose.
Dude, how did I know that was probably going to be your fifth?
Yeah,
Like I really don't blame you cuz god. And they add so much to that game. It's illegal. They shouldn't do that.
yeah, it makes you like I wonder how long they intend to support it, because I mean if they go on for years, it's just going to keep getting better and better,
I
and
swear.
the replayability and the life of the game will just keep going on and on. Because I mean, I guess it came out in 2016, right?
Yeah, yeah, it came out in
So
2016.
yeah,
Shit,
so it's
7
been 6 years
years.
already, and yeah.
That's a long time, my guy.
Yep. And but yeah, the reason I like, because I'm just interested in space, and kind of the same way with Minecraft. The game can be as exciting or as chill, like laid back as you want it to be.
Mhm.
Um, and there's even like, because I'll play it and then I'll not play it for a while, and then I'll come back to it, when they do an update or something. And usually, eventually, when I've played it enough, then I'll say, okay, that was fun, and I'll go on to another game. But I always come back to it, and there's always that sense of kind of wonder, when you're going around in space. It just never gets old. Like seeing the planets, or like going onto the planet's surface and seeing what's actually there. It's just a cool experience overall.
Yeah, it's so great. Just man, like some of the stuff that like you've been able to find, like that other people have made, like just from the crafting tools alone, especially like with the newest updates and everything. Like what was that? What was that one recent one where it looks like a straight up just like it's like a whole like city with like kind of like
Yeah, like he made like a cyberpunk city, basically.
yeah, man, that was so cool, dude. Ah, but yeah,
Yeah, it's
definitely.
kind of the same thing we're talking about with Minecraft. They use all these parts, and they create these things, and it's like, how did somebody come up with that? And it's all using the in-game parts too. It's not like modded or anything.
I swear, man. Yeah, I would definitely like to just get back into the game for sure, and just throughout like the whole like changes that they made, especially with like even the crafting tools, or not the crafting, but just like the building tools and everything. They did a whole overhaul on that because I recently opened it up in light of the most recent update, and good lord, man, it's a lot easier to deal with, and it's just the variety in it is beautiful. Like you could do just pretty
Yeah,
much anything with it.
yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things too. We used to build our bases and stuff, and I'd come up with something, and I'd think, okay, this looks really cool, and then I go on the subreddit, and I'm like, wow, my place looks like a dump compared to that.
This just looks like a bunch of sticks and rocks put together with duct tape.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of spacefaring cavemen over here.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Like, I've thoroughly enjoyed the bases like we've been able to build.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're really
yeah, they've
nice
been
looking,
they've been cool.
especially that one in that cave. In
Oh yeah,
that
that
one
was
planet.
awesome.
Yeah, I like that one. What did you? Yeah, you called it Cave Superior.
Yeah, because it's the best. It's better than everybody else's cave.
That's right. That's right. You heard it here, folks. First, folks.
Yeah,
you building something in a cave? Well, sorry, we got Cave Superior.
yeah. Because when the Triumvirate um, colonizes an uninhabited planet, then they do it better than everybody else.
Yep. Sorry to burst your bubble there. Folks. uh,
But yeah, I guess there you have it. The five games I chose was Oblivion, Rocket League, Civilization 5, Minecraft, and No Man's Sky.
I'm trying. I'm trying to remember the ones that I picked. But yeah. I picked Sonic Adventure 2. I picked the Rocket League. Rainbow Six. Number 4 was um.
Was it Battlefield?
I think it was Battlefield, and then number 5 was definitely TF2.
Yeah.
So if you have any burning questions on to why we picked that, we're just gonna ignore them. Sorry.
Yeah. Send all emails to we're not going to read your email at triumvirate.com.
Be sure to send them directly to there, and we'll be sure not to read them. So
That's right.
I hope we've made that clear enough. So
Yeah. It should be clear. we will not read your emails.
Now let me be clear. No.
We might read your comments if you leave a comment on the video or something. We might read the comment.
You know what?
Consider yourself lucky if we do.
Consider yourself extremely lucky if we give it a little heart on the. I'm talking to you YouTube listeners here. If you, all right, listen. I want whoever's listening to this and you're on YouTube, I want you to leave a comment telling me about your favorite man, and we might just leave it a heart. If you get a heart,
your favorite
then
man, huh?
then you're good.
Yeah,
Yep.
that'll let us know that you listen to the whole podcast, even though we're probably not over yet. You at least listen to part of it.
That's your quota for the day.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, seriously, if you want to leave your own list, tell us what your 5 games are, and we'll take a look at it. Try to respond to the comments. There's just so many comments, There's just like thousands of them. Can't possibly get to all of them, but we'll try.
There's oodles of noodles of comments. But
well, all right. We did our topic. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I mean, I think we covered a lot of ground here with our little lists and stuff.
Yeah, we did.
I just wanna add to the fact, if you are listening as well on if you're listening to this on like our other platforms like Spotify and stuff, and you would like to leave your list as well, we'll put a little link to our Discord, and if you wanna just let us know on there too. You can just give us a shout, and we'll be able to discuss it with you in real time, like actual people.
That's right, and there's also on our Discord. There's a way you can make suggestions if you'd like to hear us talk about something on the podcast.
Yes, please. Yeah, like if you have any ideas for anything you want us to talk about on the podcast, please. Yeah, we do have a little channel for like suggestions and ideas, or just like anything in general. If you have any like anything you want to see out of us or just from the podcast, just give us a ring, and we'll see what we can do. We'll try to figure it out.
That's right.
So honestly, Funk, I think this is definitely a good round near the end of the podcast. I think this is a good part to end this.
That is true. I think so as well.
So I'd say, I mean, it's a little shorter than the others, but yo mama. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It was just bursting with content, It was just packed full of content.
Exactly. It's all nice and packed in there and tied up in a little bow. So
yeah.
Anyway, thank you everybody so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed this little variation of it, with it just being me and Funk. I think definitely it's a good thing to do when it comes to like it doesn't have to be like me or Mark all the time, for sure. So if you want to just tune in, and we'll see who's on the next episode. So
yeah, it could be a surprise. We could have like what's that guy's name? Yeah, him.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah.
We might have like Tom Brady on the podcast.
dude, don't. I thought we were just gonna talk about that in secret, dude.
Ah, crap. All right. Well, I guess we need to leave before they figure it out.
Okay. See you guys later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You didn't hear that last part about Tom Brady. Don't worry about. Okay, bye.
Bye.